Hi everyone, and welcome to Leaf Rants. The Toronto Maple Leafs win 3-2 in overtime in Game 3 against the Ottawa Senators to take a 3-0 series lead. Now, I was at this game, so that's why there was no video last night. I actually lost my voice. But what I did want to say is a big thank you to Simone Benoit, the milkman, for making our dreams come true and winning this game for us in overtime. So to him, chugging a glass of milk. Thank you. That was good. Simone Benoit has been on freaking fire in overtime, dude. Just from the game, I got this towel. Heart over hype. What a stupid slogan. Heart over hype. What does this mean? What is heart over hype? Play with more heart because the Leafs are so hype. I get it's been like, I've seen Sens fans talking about it, how it's been their thing since training camp. That's dumb. It's a shot at your team. It's saying you have no hype around your team, but you have heart. That's not good. You want hype. So I'll leave that there because that's kind of funny. And Simone Benoit threw a puck to me. I let someone else take it, or in my little area where we were in warm-ups. And then Scott Lawton threw one, and I got that one. So thank you to Scott Lawton for this round 1, game 3 puck. This is pretty cool to have. And it will go up on my wall of toys and memorabilia from stuff like this. So let's get into the game. No, I was there, so the atmosphere was insane. No goals after the first. Leafs played a heavily defensive period, couldn't get a lot going. And then in the second half of that first period, they started getting some more shots. They started getting some more offensive chances. I thought Nylander didn't have the best game. But then in the second, we were sitting in section 103, row F, so just up. In that second period, we were seated there for the Claude Giroux goal. I had to use the bathroom, and the line was so long, I missed the first couple minutes of the game because when I come back to sit in my seats, they make you stand at the top until the whistle goes. So I got to go back after the Claude Giroux goal. Love that. And the Sens take a 1-0 lead, and not only is it a 1-0 lead, it's their first lead of the series, I believe. It's their first lead of the series. I didn't even have to check that. I knew that was true. Then, about 7 minutes later, the Leafs get a power play. And that power play has been insane. Matthew Nyes, backhand shot in front of the net, scores on it. Thought it went to Austin Matthews, actually ends up deflecting off of a Sens defenseman for this one. And that's what he meant to do. Marner and Nylander getting assists on that. And that was about it for the second for goal scoring wise. Both goalies solid up to this point. Then, in the third period, we were talking about how Austin Matthews needs to get going. The entire Sens arena screaming, Sens go. And not just that, but Matthews is balding. They actually screamed, Matthews is balding. And Austin Matthews, Mitch Marner, and Morgan Riley respond. Riley gets it up the boards. Marner, beautiful pass. Just tips it, deflects it through his legs to a wide open Austin Matthews. And if you look, I'm going to put the photo up right here. If you look at this, Linus Ullmark is lost. Look at him. He's looking the other way. He is absolutely lost. I don't know. Austin Matthews just being very sneaky, very quiet, coming in, and he's right behind me, isn't he? And he scores, and it was electric. And I was sitting right up there, right behind where Austin Matthews is. I was sitting a couple rows up from that, and he scores. Austin Matthews is my favorite player. He is. And for him to give the Leafs the 2-1 lead, we jumped up. And the Leafs played such a good period until 11 minutes later. Brady Tkachuk just shoots one on net, and it beats Stolarz. First shot of the period for the Sens. And yet again, for the second game in a row, Leafs out battling the Sens in the third. First shot goes in. Beats Stolarz cleanly. Gotta have that one. But then, in overtime, everyone, the entire Sens arena, screaming, Sens go for this. Austin Matthews wins the draw to Simone Benoit, and he scores. He shoots it on net, and it goes in. I think it deflects in front off a Sens player. It's hard to tell. We were sitting there. Didn't really get to see it very well, the goal. But it goes in. Leafs win 3-2 in overtime. The building was silent apart from Leafs fans. Now, the show up, I was expecting it to be majority Leafs fans because that's about how every Sens Leafs game I've ever gone to in Ottawa has been. But it was like 70-30 Sens fans. So the Sens actually did a very good job of keeping Leafs fans out of their arena. You can't get rid of all of us. And we were there. And we brought the passion. And the team wins. And Simone Benoit has 6 career goals. Let's see. Simone Benoit's points. He's played... Oh, this is just the playoffs. Career 279 games. That's insane. I did not know that. He has 6 goals, 24 assists for 30 points. In the playoffs... This year, in 3 games, in 2 overtimes, he has 1 goal and 1 assist. He is a point overtime player for the Leafs in the playoffs. And he is nowhere close to that in the regular season. But he's been on fire. He's been great. He had that beautiful play to get it to Domi, that beautiful screen. He had the game-winning goal tonight. Simone Benoit, the milkman, he's been great. He's been solid for us, and I've loved everything about it. So... let's go. Anthony Stolarz is 11-0 in his last 11 starts with a .944 save percentage. He's been an absolute beast. Also in warm-ups, Nick Cousins shot a puck at Anthony Stolarz in warm-ups, and he was fined $2,083.33 for unsportsmanlike conduct. The Sens organization was also fined $25,000 from the NHL. And Stolarz apparently went up to a ref and said, "You watch my back and I'll behave." The balls on this guy to say that to a ref. Also, speaking of penalties and stuff, Sens had 4 power plays. Leafs had 2. Leafs won. But I thought if you had more power plays, that meant you had to win. But they lost. I don't understand that. I thought the more power plays you had, that meant you had to win. I guess not. Maybe, hear me out. Maybe the Sens should try defending on the penalty kill. Maybe don't get scored on in 8 seconds. That might be a recipe for success. Kill penalties on your penalty kill. Don't just let the other team's power play score. Maybe the Sens should try that. Sens should try that for Game 4 and see what happens on that one. But no, thank you to Devin Hewitt for coming with me to this game. This was my first ever playoff game. This was a special moment. Thank you to my stepdad for helping make this happen. And this is a game I'll never forget. First playoff game, big dub. In OT, I looked down at my Apple Watch and checked my heart rate, and it was 130. So I'm glad we came out with the dub there. I don't know if I could handle a loss in Ottawa in overtime. Fans were pretty hyped, but silencing the crowd, the milkman, who everyone definitely thought was going to score. That was everyone's OT pick, right? The milkman? Yeah, me too. He wins it, and the Leafs win, and they take a 3-0 lead. Game 4 is tomorrow. I cannot wait. I'll see you there, Leafs Nation. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please click. If you really liked it, clicking subscribe always makes me feel pretty good. Simone Benoit, the milkman, wins it for the Leafs, and we're 1 win away from sweeping the Ottawa Senators and 13 wins away from the Cup. 3 down, 1 to go in this series. We have 4 games. Then 12 more wins after that, and we're hosting the Cup. Thank you very much, and I'll see you Saturday. Leafs in 4, baby.